Wal-Mart stores reporting third-quarter results this morning. The world's largest retailer reported kind of a mixed bag. If you heard our Adam Johnson earlier, they beat on the bottom line, missed on the revenue line, and they raised their guidance, but their fourth-quarter same-store sales numbers expected to be flat to down 1%. Let's go into the numbers a little bit further. Let's bring in our guest. He is Craig Johnson, president of Customer Growth Partners. He joins us right here in New York. So, Craig, good morning.
Morning, Carol.
Do you agree it's kind of a mixed bag of results here for Walmart?
A little bit. Earnings were tremendous. They were great numbers in very difficult times. Sales were a little soft. I think management was a little bit surprised by the continued price deflation we've seen in food. Also, consumer electronics has been deflating for some time, but the food price deflation was a little bit of a surprise to management. So sales were a little soft, but this is still a company that continues to get underestimated by its competitors, by folks who don't realize its competitors, such as banks and now healthcare clinics,
right?
And by the street.
Why isn't that reflected in the stock price? Because you take a look at what the stock's doing this year, it definitely lags many of the other retail names.
It is underestimated. That's why for months we've been calling it the Rodney Dangerfield of retailers.
But why is it underestimated?
Well, it's a little bit of an older story. People don't give it much respect, and yet this is a company that generates more cash than any consumer company in the world. It has more revenues than the other 6 biggest retailers combined. It makes more money than the next 8 biggest retailers combined, but doesn't get much respect.
Craig, you say Walmart is being underestimated, but one thing people aren't underestimating is growth. Walmart says the same-store sales basically aren't going to grow next quarter. Where is Walmart going to find growth?
Well, clearly it's going to be on the international side. International is now just above 25% of the business, and that's the huge growth engine for the future, the great legs of growth it's beginning to see, whether it's in China, India through the wholesale arrangement. Brazil has been a real home run.
But you have not seen over the past several quarters, because I actually went and looked yesterday, international sales making up a larger percentage of Walmart's total revenue.
Well, that's because the FX issue. Once that evens out and turns around, that'll come back.
How big a pop is foreign exchange going to provide to Walmart's revenue and earnings, say, over the next 3 to 6 months if the dollar continues to weaken?
Well, we think it will provide a little bit of a boost. I don't have an estimate on it now, but clearly the great growth engine down the road is going to be international. Domestically, there's still a lot of headroom for growth. They're talking about still great opportunities here in the urban markets. Costco just opened last night, and Walmart, we'd love to see them in Manhattan too.
Craig, let me ask you, because you expect a strong holiday shopping season. I find it interesting because the chief merchandising chief at Walmart has told us he expects a tough holiday season.
This is going to be a very tough season.
But why do you expect it to be good then?
Well, it's because the name of the game is making money. It's not just selling stuff. It's gaining share. Smart companies use down times to gain market share. Over the last year to date, Walmart, we estimate, has gained about 50 basis points in market share, from about 11 to 11.5%. Right. Tremendous. It's going to have a good holiday season, despite the price deflation we're seeing both on the consumer electronics side and continued price deflation on the food side.
The question is, though, whether it holds on to those consumers once the economy improves. I mean, that's still yet to be proven. We just have 5 seconds here.
Yeah, that's yet to be seen. We're hopeful.
We're hopeful. Okay, Craig Johnson, president of Customer Growth Partners.